Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry, guys. Full moon stuff. I'm making great headway on website stuff. How is everybody? Hello, Raymond Miller. Hello, Soul Family, my mystical friends and family. Aw, Chris. Hello, freaks. You know what that reminds me of? The Wedding Singer, when he's going to sing that song, Love Stinks. And he's like, love is this, love is that. And, you know, not everyone's going to find love. Like the freaks over at table 9. This is table 9. We're the freaks over at table 9. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Hey, Patricia. Woohoo! Hello, Dean. Hey, everybody. Okay, so for those of you watching this backward or back after the live stream, this is Taurus monthly psychic tarot reading. Okay, so this is happening on a full moon. So later today at 4 o'clock PST is the full moon in Libra live. I have the presentation all written out. That's going to be great. That's going to be long. It's going to be long because I'm going to do what I normally do, and then I will go through each sign and how it's going to affect you guys. So you can watch for your sun, your moon, and your rising. Those are your main 3, and we'll timestamp it and, you know, get it really organized. And then after that, the patrons on Patreon will have the tarot spread, the accompanying tarot spread for the full moon. Oh, so that's going to be on Patreon. So let's go ahead and I just heard a storm's a brewing. A storm is a brewing. Uh-oh, Taurus, what's going on? You know, Uranus has been in Taurus this past year, so Tauruses have been having plus happening. Yeah. Something about the last year for Tauruses. It's Uranus, it really is. Okay. Taurus. Sorry, Taurus. We are going to do the Celtic cross. When Taurus is good and ready, Taurus wants these cards to cook a little bit longer because Taurus likes full flavored stews. Marinating, full flavored. That's the Taurus way. Taurus is actually a very simple sign to please. Very, very typically through the stomach. Make them comfortable. You can count on them forever. Very slow to. Why am I talking like this? This is weird. Okay, we're done, Taurus. We're done. We're done. Here we go. Here we go. The storms are brewing for sure. It's okay, Taurus. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Bottom of this deck, my loves, my beautiful Taurus bulls. We have the 3 of more ink on my nail. Just kidding. 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Staves, and the Judgment. So it's and Justice under that. Okay, Taurus. So give me a second here. Oof, okay. You know, Taurus doesn't want to stretch out of your comfort zone. I totally understand that. I'm an earth sign. With Taurus, with Uranus being in Taurus the past year, and then like what's happening energetically right now, you really are being stretched. And for the Taurus I'm connecting with right now, it's making a judgment call on your home life. And being honest with yourself about how well everyone in the household can truly work together to achieve the peace that Taurus needs. Peace in home is a Taurian need. I mean, it's in everyone's need, but it's like especially, you know, air and fire signs can be out a lot. I mean, not right now, but can be out a lot. Friends, family, a lot of Tauruses too. But it's a very This could even be a marriage, Taurus, someone you're married to, living with, quarantining with, a long-term, long-standing partner you've been with a long time, perhaps. I do feel like this is a situation that's already, she's saying that it's not, it was thought to be stable and it's been showing cracks over this past year is what she's saying. So you built it, you put into it thinking, expecting the stability, and it probably was. It probably was stable for quite a while, Taurus. And now it's being stress tested. I am so sorry. We're busy right now. Okay. Stress tested is what she's saying. That foundation, that stability, that security is being stressed out. Okay, we're done. I'm connecting with a Taurus that's really been procrastinating. Really been procrastinating in this situation. Okay. Bottom of the deck, my loves, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, loves, so what we've got here for Taurus is, this is why you've been procrastinating. You have been putting the blindfold on yourself on purpose. It's like, if I ignore it, it'll just resolve on its own. If I give it enough time, it will work itself out. If I just leave it alone, I'm sure it's just a phase. It'll pass. I'm going to write it out, is what I'm hearing. I'm going to write it out. 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 And this is your lesson, that you can't go on like this. Sorry. This is your lesson, Taurus, is that you cannot go on like this. Remember, this is Queen of Cups week. You're getting Mama Natalie. Can't go on like this, love. It's hard to accept, though. It's hard to accept because Taurus says once you accept this, take that blindfold off, then you have to do something about it. Then you have to address it. You have to acknowledge it, talk about it, change it, work with others. All of that is what you've been procrastinating. All right, so let's get into the meat of it, the meat of the month. The far past, the root of the situation, what this is really about at the end of the day for you, Taurus. It's about turning this lovely, harmonious, karmic, past life connection with someone to its original restoration, to its original intent, the original, it's almost like why you first married someone type of energy. You want, that's what this is. This is, this is a friend that you made that turned into a lover. This is a family member for some of you. This could even be a work relationship that has gotten imbalanced over time, and it just needs to be okay with that. We did have a little justice card under, as the fourth card under one of these bottom of the decks. So the recent past, this is like as you're going into the month, Taurus, this is an energy that's already popped. The peak of it has already peaked and it's sort of ebbing, but you're still feeling it. Five of Cups with this 10 of Cups. I mean, there were really, really beautiful, happy, fulfilling moments in this connection. Definitely a true love situation. I'm feeling, Taurus, for you that this is a long-term partner in business, in love, family, friendship, whatever, however it resonates. And like I'm saying, this is a soulmate, and it just got a little bit off track. And I feel you feeling like, oh, and that's a problem with procrastinating, my loves, is that you're stressing as you're waiting, and that eats away at you emotionally, where you're stressing about things not changing or being in pain or things being unbalanced, and you know it, but you don't want to face it, waiting for them. But then because you're not talking about it, they're really not motivated to change. You know what I'm saying? So it adds, it's getting a little bit, okay. So let's see what we can do to get the best out of this energy for you, Tauruses. In the meat of the month, we have you dealing with the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands energy. So I feel like this is more likely your partner who is very, very defensive. And their ideas, their motivations, their drives, their purpose, okay, their purpose is, it's like immovable. They're very, very, very single-minded about the what between you two, the how between you two, the when, the why. One of those that I just listed, your partner, Taurus, is extremely, I even do want to say a little bit dogmatic about. I'm getting inflexibility with this. This is very ego-centered. This defensiveness, it's the boundary is up around their ego. Their egos are saying, I know the best way. I know the best thing to do. I know when we should do. It's very, very, they're taking on a very leadership-y type role. But it's just a little bit much. Like, this is a lot of fire, like 9 staves. It's almost the 10, you know? So they're pushing their power to your boundary. They're pushing their limits and their power right up to where your boundary is. Like, this is them being defensive, but it's really coming up to your boundary, Taurus. And you're so sweet. You're such a sweet-hearted sign sometimes, because crossing this energy, how you're going to be dealing with this month, Taurus, is love. You're going to extend your heart and really try to find that middle ground. You're ruled by Venus, so you're going to try and use love and feeling and, you know, trying to get this back, that camaraderie, that, you know, you're really going to be romantic. If this is love for you, this is going to be very romantic extensions of goodwill. And if this is business, you're going to try to be as amenable as possible, extremely diplomatic. Same thing with family. You're going to be very diplomatic, and I feel like you're going to try and reinvigorate the emotional connection, like that emotional trust. You know, your partner is showing up untrusting and arrogant. Crosswatcher, sorry, but getting what I'm getting. It could be the Taurus that's coming off as arrogant, but you tell me. So how does that land? How does that play out? Well, the next energy that you'll be moving into this month, Taurus, is the King of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is going to take some emotional maturity to be working through. We're going to go ahead and clarify it. Yeah, we're going to clarify this before I speak on it. Death energy. Okay. And the 2 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles wants us to prioritize. It wants us to stop juggling. That's the motion. If you want to learn how to juggle, you go up and swoop up, and you keep doing that. It's just, sorry, I worked with someone who was like part of the circus, and he taught me that. Sorry, really random. That might be someone's, you know, confirmation though. So let's keep it. And okay, so we need to prioritize, right? We want to, oh, hey, Kim, hello. And Al for short, hey, Cap Emperor, static vibes. Cool. Glad to see everybody here. Okay, guys, so with this 2 of Pentacles, the juggle, the need to prioritize, and Pluto will take no prisoners. Pluto will take no prisoners. Pluto is going to be very harsh with you, my loves. So, someone's going to feel left out. Someone's going to feel holding the bag. And it's like, yeah, someone's good. I feel like someone will have the emotional maturity with this King of Cups being there, but someone won't. Someone will probably not. It might even be, Taurus, that you don't have like the time or the attention or the resources to do. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you for the rose, Kim McKay. Thank you. Oh, you're such a sweetie. God, I love you guys. You're so sweet. A lot of sweet people. Okay, sorry. Back into this. So you might not have the resources or the time. Like I said, someone here might be an essential worker. Someone might be, on the front lines, or a grocer, one of those industries that is really, really being called to action right now. For whatever reason, I feel like there actually could be a very abrupt, dramatic, transformative halt to the juggling, and it results in, or it has to do with, someone feeling very left. Like, in other words, if this isn't like an affection issue, or where to take this next issue, or where to get, I feel like someone's going to be, they could even be emotionally manipulative. Like, this feeling left out could be a power play in order to get someone else to drop everything and pay attention to me, which is very strange, because Taurus, I see you already reaching out. So if your partner does something like this, it's very uncalled for, honey. It's already uncalled for, but it's even uglier, because it's like you're already trying in earnest. You're already trying very authentically. All right, they want it. We're going to get in more with a new deck, with the Radiant Wise. This King of Cups, this Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Death energy. Tell us more about this energy for Taurus, please. Oh, okay, do you see this? Look at this. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the another Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is the dealio. This is the 411. Someone has been really, really stressing about the lack of generosity and the lack of personal happiness in the other person. It's like watching someone drown, but they're just like, they're not trying to get out of it. They're just crying that they're drowning. And you can't really like get them and reach them. You throw them the life raft and they're like, and they kick it away. And then they're crying that they're drowning, and you throw them another life raft or throw them a rope, and they just like throw the rope away. They're like, oh my God, I'm drowning. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. Because I feel like this anxiety is really kind of like this over here, that you're like, oh, well, they're not there. You're worried about their happiness, and you're worried about their nobility of spirit. You're worried about their generosity with themselves first, because you know that that's where it's really from. You know that they're not happy with themselves. They're going through a hard time. And you know that that's what's affecting this relationship. That's why you've been turning the blind eye, because you know they're resorting to low vibrational manipulative tactics. This is a hard stretch for some marrieds, if this applies marrieds. If it's business, it's definitely the world. It's definitely outside, like everything happening that's affecting their weird behavior. It's like in effect, it's a weird way to deal with stress. Not good, but that's what they're doing. And if this is business for you. Okay, let's move on. So where you are, the role that you're currently playing, it's interesting because you're showing up as 10 of Pentacles with the Temperance energy. So if you want long-term peace, Taurus, you put in the work right now. And actually, the Taurus new moon on April 22nd should give you a cleaner slate, a new base to start on. And you've got to make the judgment call right now on the full moon in Libra, Taurus, so that you two can work this out over the next 2 weeks, so that by the time the new moon, new fresh energy comes up, you guys can capitalize on it and set yourself up for the Uranus-Saturn square in 2021. So let's clarify this. Let's get more into this. The Temperance and the Ten of Pentacles for Taurus. Ooh, I picked up the wrong deck, but okay. Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. You're learning from a Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I mean, this could also be you learning because you're already learning up here. You could be learning this, it could just be you learning this yourself, and you, yeah, it is. You're learning this yourself, how to face your issues instead of being too Venusian and ignoring them, waiting it out, writing it out. You need to learn how to confront this head on. And what you're learning, Taurus, is how to do it in your style. So you don't have to be very confrontational. You don't have to be aggressive and heavy-handed. You're going to want to do it in a Queen of Pentacle way. That's not Queen of Wands, where the mom's just going to use like a loud voice and big flamboyant actions potentially. It's not Queen of Swords. It's going to be really, really giving you no slack, where you give someone an option, there's no slack. It's not going to be Queen of Cups, where it's coddling, over coddling potentially. It's going to be extremely grounded. And that's who you authentically, because you authentically don't want conflict. Oh my God. It says my connection is unstable. Is that still here? Cool. You techies out there. All you have to do is because, yeah, that's what I was saying. So you naturally, you authentically, you're ruled by Venus. You want to be diplomatic. You want to get along, everyone to get along. So lean into that energy, that groundedness, because just like you are identifying in your other person, you're nervous about and stressing about their personal happiness, you have to take all of that and put it back into yourself. And not only is that going to be better for you personally dealing with your emotional stress and your mental stress, but it's also going to serve as a stronger foundation in the partnership, so that you two are working from two bases of stability. Right now, you're just being unstable. You're unstable because you're looking at their instability and it's making you unstable. No, you got to ground yourself, Taurus, and maintain your own stability so that they're flailing. If they want to ever, they can look over and see that you're stable and that you're still there, even when they're going through personal issues, and that their negative projections and their attempts to manipulate, instead of you pretending like you don't see it, instead of you pretending like you're not feeling it, you let it glance. You let it, but you're not closing your eyes. And that's the difference. It's the difference between what you're trying to do is, it's like you're treating your partner like a child, where if you ignore the bad behavior, hopefully they just watch you be good behavior and they mimic you, and then it kind of goes away on its own. No. You have to maintain your own groundedness, your own stability. And when you observe this bad behavior, really let them see that you're seeing it. And your response to it is grounded and stable and not even firm, but compassionate. And this person could be working out parental issues with you, where when they rebelled, they got bad reactions from their parents. So now they're sort of rebelling against you, Taurus, and you're going to have to, their parent didn't do this. Their parent was not grounded and treated them with compassion and stability and consistency. Because what a child needs when they act out and they wild out and they rebel, they need the parent to maintain their equanimity. They need the parent to maintain their groundedness, their equanimity, their love, their respect, their kindness. They just need the consistency. If a child acts up and they see you lose your mind, that tells them, oh, mom's unstable. Oh, dad's unstable. So the whole world is unstable. So that means I can do whatever I want. because there are no rules in life. Okay, we're going to go on a little Natalie tangent. So when a baby child is small, learning boundaries and limits, they learn them, you're supposed to learn them at home. This is how you're supposed to get reared, right? With the grounded parents. Who gets that though? And if that doesn't happen at home, they test those limits at school. And if school doesn't teach them that kind of authority, then they keep pushing it and they go get into trouble with the law, with the long arm of the government of the law. And it gets to be this big manifestation. I'm not saying that's this person. I'm saying that you're getting a little bit of their shadow side because of probably stress in the world. And, if they're feeling unstable, like the world is really out of control, they're taking it out on you, Taurus. So I just want you to maintain your own stability, your own groundedness, because that is what's going to carry you through this in your marriage, connection, relationship, long term. If you build this up now and they see that no matter what I do, my wife or my husband, Taurus, is going to maintain the same level of vibration of love, truth, and integrity. That's the Artesian art of living vibration. Try it, test this out, test it out and observe it. Observe it. If they're not being abusive, obviously leave. Take your power back, take your energy back from them. And that sends the message, you can't treat me this way. That's their timeout. Okay. So okay. How they're seeing you. This is interesting, Taurus. They're seeing you go through some sort of tower moment in your work life, in a project you're working on. Maybe something got sabotaged because of what's going on right now. This could also be a projection. They could also be projecting the sense of disaster onto you, this sense of failure, or it's interesting because like where you are, the energy that you're in is so stable, and they're projecting onto you instability. So they're compensating by being over egomaniac, over controlling, over defensive. That's all a projection of their own instability. So Taurus, it really has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. They're just projecting onto you. So don't let your partner make you think you're unstable, because they could try to manipulate you into believing that you're unstable to try and control everything, because they feel out of control and they feel unstable. And you and I both know that will lead to dark places and a lot of unhappiness if you let them get away with this. And you've been letting them get away with too much thus far. You've been really turning the blind eye, like a kid, just hoping the bad behavior goes away, that they outgrow it. And what it's done is actually empowered them to, it's had the opposite effect. You've been wanting it to go away and lessen over time. And what you've been showing them is that's okay. You teach people how to treat you. You've just been enabling this kind of behavior, and it's been growing into a bigger manifestation. And now we're in the full moon in Libra energy. Now it's a culmination point. And it's the time of endings too. So this is the time you want to end this right now. End that and build up your own stability, so that in the future, when they go through a similar rocking of their world, that no matter what in life, you're going to be okay. Okay. Your hope, fear, or opportunity. It's interesting. You have two masculine energies here, the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I actually feel like this is you and your partner. I actually feel like you are the King of Pentacles, Taurus, and your partner, they could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Don't have to be, but I feel like they're showing up more as the air and fire, and you're showing up obviously as the King and Queen of Pentacles, like who you are, your earth sign loveliness. I see this as you two getting along. I think this is you. Okay, she's confirming it for me. This is your inner masculines agreeing on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, why we're going to do it, and when we're going to do it together in agreement. And that's masculine energy. And that's exactly, so it doesn't matter if you're male, female, 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 male, male, does not matter. This is the crux of you two not getting along. It's both of your inner masculines trying to take the lead and just control, steer this relationship. And you know that their egos are out of control. You know that their inner masculines are not going to steer the ship in the right direction. And you've been letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Now you can't give them this big win. Whatever they're pushing for and emotionally manipulative about and pulling these power plays, this is also the sign. This is also the time of paranoia with Pluto and Jupiter, expansion of gross paranoia. Okay. So you know you've got to stop this. But this is your hope. That both of your inner masculines, you're hoping that their logic returns to them. You're hoping that their reasoning will win in the end over their ego needs. And if they don't, I'm telling you right now, Taurus, if they don't want it, it ain't going to happen. It's hard enough when you want it. It's hard enough to outgrow your ego issues when you want to outgrow your ego issues. If you don't want to outgrow your ego issues, even you being stable is not going to inspire them to outgrow their ego issues. What this will do is tell them that they can't emotionally, mentally, or otherwise manipulate you, so that they have to play those mind games alone or with someone else and work it out. It's protecting you, and it's sending a message to them that you're stable. So how does this end? This is a month for you, Taurus. My goodness. This ends in the Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers, because you're going to work on this because you're a Taurus. And Tauruses don't get divorced for like any reason ever. Tauruses are not the divorcing sign. Tauruses will stay in a relationship far, far past is healthy for them. Working on it. So you're going to work on it. You're going to work this connection. You love this person. They are a soulmate. I'm telling you, this is a good connection. It's an otherwise good, happy, it's good. So you're gonna put in the work. You're gonna do your due diligence. You're going to put in the work and work on this connection. And that is the ultimate decision. That's the ultimate judgment call you make by the end of the month. Okay. It's different than what the lesson is, which is interesting. Now, how does this play out? How does this play out after the fact? Well, in the future environment, Taurus, we have the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. It's interesting, Taurus, because I'm surprised that working on it and putting in the because you're such a sign that's such a stick with it sign. It was sort of surprising that you were contemplating this judgment call at all. However, I'm just, okay, I scratch that. The Three of Swords and the Five of Swords. Your partner is going to lash out at you. It's going to be really ugly. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be so... It's going to betray not just you, not just your partnership, not just your marriage or union, but it will betray themselves as individuals. And that's really sad. That's really sad. And I don't even see this as like their lower natures getting the best of them and they're so tempted. I see them with malice. With malice. This manifestation is gotten really big because you haven't nipped it in the bud before. And that's the thing with partnerships and marriages, is that the foundation you make, you throw it all in at that point. It's like pouring concrete. Once it's hardened and you build on it, you don't get to go back and then remix the concrete and then add stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what was missing when you built this foundation, is this You could have, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so let's clarify this. Let's clarify and then we'll pull connecting. 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords for Taurus. Queen of Cups. Wow. That brings us back. You guys know that I thread these energies. It brings us back to the Death and the 2 of Pentacles. This was that. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so happy that I'm getting you guys right now, because what this is, shit. Don't let them do this. I have so much to tell you. Taurus, remember when they pulled that power move, that emotionally manipulative power move that you, it's like they make you drop something to prioritize them. They pull some emotionally manipulative power play to make you drop something really important, and, you know, maybe drop everything to go rush to their aid to fix them. It's an emotional manipulation. And you know what? You learn later. You learn after the fact that they did it to sabotage you. A full out sabotage. We literally have the King and the Queen of Cups acting together. So this is their emotions are getting, it's out of hand. And then we even have this Death and the Death here. It's just you, but you don't learn it yet. You don't learn it. You don't think it. You don't see it until after the fact. You don't see it when because at the energy that you're in is, I want to get through their defenses. I want to make this better. I'm going to, love can fix this. I love this person. I know they love me. That's all true. Love is going to fix it. I'm going to be able to get through this defense system with love and with comfort. That's the energy you're in. So you are already in an energy of being amenable, going over, help me, what is that when you reach more, when you go over, like overextending, you're already in an energy of overextending yourself to assuage their crazy egomaniacal, controlling, defensive ways. And so you do, and it's your downfall, Taurus. I hope you watch this in time. It's your downfall because you do drop everything, because you're in the spirit of trying to cooperate with them. You drop everything, but it ends up being an emotionally manipulative power play. And it breaks, that's what it is. That's the lashing out. It breaks your heart. It absolutely guts you and it's going to hit all across the board. It's going to gut you because it has something to do with your money, with your business, with your finances. It obviously plays on your emotions because this is an intimate partnership. And because it was done in malice, like they meant to do it. They meant to sabotage this for you. Do you guys want connecting? Do you guys want the connecting card between the outcome of you working on it and then that? Because I don't know. This feels pretty heavy to me. Okay, Chris says yes, Natalie. Okay, let's pull connecting cards. Like, how do we get here? Jesus. Okay, High Priestess. And Taurus, you already know. You already know this entire time. You've known. Even when they're doing it to you, you know. Even when you're saying yes, even when you're dropping the thing, even when you're doing this, you already know that it's a power play. You already know that, and you do it anyway. I feel like most of you already know. In the middle of when you're doing it, other Tauruses, it will be after you decide to work on it and it comes to you psychically, spiritually in your dreams, or an emotional feeling you have, or just a knowing that you have. You might just know that, hey, a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago or last week, when I dropped everything, I'm feeling like it was on purpose to control the situation in a different way to get things to get their way. Okay, you already know, Taurus. You already know. It's good advice. Like, this isn't what I want for my Tauruses. Show the world the real you. That's interesting. Full moon in Aquarius energy. Honestly, Taurus, this is the crux of the month for you and the spread for you. This was all about taking off the blindfold and facing deception head on anyway. Like, that was the whole point. I called that in the very beginning, or I guess it was made very clear in the very beginning. Is there anything else? Well, you have faith in your dreams here, waxing crescent moon energy. I feel like this is a warning. I feel like be careful, because you're just going to be upset with yourself, honey. You're just like, I feel like you already know where this is all going, and you don't want to face it. You just don't want to face it. You just don't want to face it. But do you really want to wait for it to get there until the world and the universe forces you to face it? Some will need it to go that far. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer energy. And speaking of which, there's so much toxic Cancerian energy here with the 2 King of Cups and then the 2 Queen of Cups. It's like emotional manipulation, so heavy everywhere. And then meditate and contemplate for you, Taurus. Okay. This is a soulmate. So this is something you two are meant to work through. But don't let them hurt you, because it's just reflecting the original problem, which is you not nipping things in the bud and teaching them how to treat you, and establishing the foundation and being consistent yourself and being solid and consistent and grounded yourself. That's what it was about. I told you, I just said that. True love. This is so you can fix this, Taurus. You could absolutely fix this. You just have to not give your power away, because they're going to use it against you. They're going through a hard time right now. So they shouldn't be in control of anything. They shouldn't be in any kind of power. They shouldn't be making any decisions. So like, why? That's like being on the Titanic and like letting them just like steer into the, not care about the iceberg. And you're like, see the iceberg, you see what they're doing. You see the iceberg, you see what they're doing. You see, like, why wouldn't you just like, and like go, you know what I'm saying? Like, to save everyone on the ship. I'm sorry, I have temporarily forgotten that I'm positive Queen of Cups this week. So Taurus, you know the right thing to do. This is an expression of love. You feel like you don't want to confront. You don't even have to look at it as confronting, being very diplomatic. You can be loving and diplomatic and kind. And this is another way of loving someone. Okay, this is another expression of love. This is a very Queen of Pentacle expression of love, is to be stable and firm and consistent. And even though they are going to throw a temper tantrum about boundaries and limitations and rules and all kinds of earthy Saturnian type things, you know, and they know that it's for your better judgment, that it's for your better life, and that overall it will be the thing that saves both of you and this connection from either of you hurting each other. They don't, and you have to remember, Taurus, they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt themselves. They don't want to hurt this union and partnership. So don't let their shadow sides, which are going to be purged out eventually anyway, hopefully if they're evolving and if they're growing through it, you can help someone grow through something without damaging the connection and partnership. Okay? Okay, my loves, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it right there. Taurus, I feel like you have everything available to you to turn this into a success story for your marriage or your business partnership. Okay, anyone interested in learning more, personal readings, unlimited readings, classes, and workshops, head over to theartegan.com or check out Patreon. I'm also on Instagram. It's the same handle, Watch Natalie. It's the only positive stuff there on Instagram. Only positive. There's nothing negative at all, ever, really, anymore. There's funny stuff. All right, guys, I love you so, 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 so much. Thank you so much for hanging out for Taurus's monthly reading. Send all the Tauruses in your life extra good energy to get through these partnership issues they're going through. And I will see you guys at 4 for the full moon live stream. Until then, many blessings on all of your heads forever and ever and ever and ever.